Good afternoon. Welcome, audience, to another interview with Saffron Trust Organization. Saffron Trust, we launched our organization about 3 months ago, so I know a lot of my viewers have been watching interviews. I'm bringing forward people that are doing great things in the community. For those of you who are not aware, Saffron Trust looks to reduce the socioeconomic disparities in communities, marginalized communities in Travis and Williamson County. We want to change the life outcomes for women. So we partner with organizations that are doing great things. We bring visibility to the people in the audience that are watching us, and we just want everybody to know the great things that other organizations are doing, that affect the women that are part of Saffron Trust's network. And so today I'm bringing forth Tom Carter. He's with a wonderful organization called Backpack Friends. We met last month at a faith and health initiative at Austin, Texas, where the pastor is Dr. Charles A. Moody, Jr. And after the meeting, we met with each other, and I realized that he was doing really, really great work, not only in the community, but it affects women, because these children that he's going to be talking about, the term he's coined is low food security, which happens on the weekends where children are not getting food. And so I thought about when the weekend comes and I take time off and I think about being with my friends and my children and my grandchildren, there are children that don't have meals. That is a really important thing to talk about, and he's going to give you more information about that. So my first question to the audience, to Tom, so he can tell the audience, is what is Backpack for Friends?
Thanks. Backpack Friends, we started, my wife and I started about 4 years ago, trying to serve meals for 12 kids close to our neighborhood who didn't have anything to eat. You've got these kids who are on free and reduced meals at school, so they eat breakfast and lunch while they're at school, but then when the bell rings on Friday, they may not eat again until Monday morning again. Wow. So we started doing that 4 years ago, and started with 12 kids, and at the end of last May we delivered 8,860 bags to these kids. So it's just kind of become a passion of ours to help feed these kids in town.
That's great. That's really amazing. That's a good answer. Another question: why are you so passionate about Backpack Friends?
Oh man,
I knew that about you when I first met you. That's why you're here today, because of that passion.
When we met a few weeks ago, it was obvious that we have some of the same passions. Yeah, right. We share some of that. The reason that I'm so passionate about Backpack Friends is because it makes a real tangible difference in the lives of kids and in those mothers, in those parents. You've got kids who come to school and they're stressed, or they're discipline problems, or they're tired, or they have anxiety. And that all can be, in a lot of cases, tied back to the fact that they don't have any food to eat. Okay. And when we fill their bellies, then their grades go up, their behavior gets better, they become more successful students, and they enjoy school more because they're not so stressed out.
Yeah, we never think about that.
Yeah.
And so how does this work? So when you say that, how do you get the word out? How do the kids know that you have the food?
Well,
who in the community brings the children to you? How does this all work out?
We try to keep it simple as we can, right? We work with school campuses. The principals and the counselors at school will identify these kids with low food security. So when you register a kid for school and you fill out all that paperwork about where you live and all that kind of thing, they use that information to identify the kids. Oh. So they bring those numbers to us and say, we have this many kids on our campus.
Yes.
And then we have 3 teams of people. We have one team that goes and helps us raise funds to buy food, or helps with put together food drives. Yes. And so we get donations. Then we have another team that we have this workroom where we stock and we organize and that kind of stuff. And then our third team takes the food each week and delivers it to our campuses. Wow! So we have a great team of
And how did you get? How do you get your volunteers as well?
We word of mouth. We work with a lot of churches, the Rotary Club, the Scout groups, social media, all that kind of stuff. Every way we can.
Oh, good, good, good. And how has Backpack Friends, how has it affected the community in large?
You know, it has made a big difference building community relations.
Okay,
You know, having
yeah.
a positive, what we call a positive impact, a positive impression. The word impression means to make a dent,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So you're making a dent, an impression in your community. But then, you know, we have families
Yeah.
one family who was sleeping in their car.
No.
A mother and her 2 children were sleeping in their car outside their uncle's house, and she would bring the kids to school in the morning to the gym so they could get showers and eat breakfast, and then she would go out to job hunt and leave the kids at school. Well, Thursday, her car got towed. And when you're living in your car, you don't just lose your car. You lose everything.
That's your life.
Yeah, yeah. You lose your pillow and your closet and your desk and your bed. So the counselor reached out to us, and we jumped in to help provide food, and then we have some other donors who helped provide sleeping bags and pillows and stuffed animals.
Okay.
So the great thing about that is about 2 weeks later, she found a job, and she contacted the counselor and said, take what you're giving us and pass that on to somebody else.
Wow.
Because we're okay, right? You know, so everybody is becoming a philanthropist. They're giving, they're paying it forward, and it's building the community we want to live in, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And so, what's your goal for Backpack Friends?
Our goal right now, we're serving about 400 kids a week.
400?
Yeah.
Wow.
And we couldn't do it without our team. But we're serving 400. Our goal is to grow to 1,200.
Wow.
We would love to be able to have a space, have a warehouse, have a little bit bigger area where we can work and store. And you know, if you want to talk about long term, I think how cool would it be to be able to have these children that we're serving as they become teenagers to come and work part-time.
Oh, that would
so
be
we
great.
can help them and then scholarship them as they go out to start their own business, or they go to college or go to tech school, so that we can help them give back and fulfill their dreams. I think that would be awesome.
That's pretty amazing. I knew I loved your
See?
organization for a reason.
Right.
Okay, so where can people connect with, or where can they find you?
Okay, the easiest place is backpackfriends.com.
Okay.
Of course, you can find us on Facebook,
Yes.
on Instagram, all that kind of stuff. But I always tell people just backpackfriends.com. It's easy to remember.
Okay.
That's the number one place to go.
Okay. Well, that's great. I read on your website that you use the term low food security. Can you tell us what that means?
Yeah, sure. You know, the term low food security is a phrase that's used by the state to identify kids and families who suffer from what we think of as hunger or not having enough to eat. In the state of Texas, statewide, there are about 52% of people in Texas who don't have enough food to eat, which means that they have to decide, you know, do I pay my rent, my electric bill, or do I buy groceries? And in those cases, they identify those kids as having low food security.
Well, that clears that up for all of us. And could you please tell the audience, how do you feel that your partnership with Saffron Trust can definitely benefit our community together?
Absolutely.
Yes,
one of the reasons I fell in love with this lady is her heart for the community. The way that Saffron Trust is reaching out to women and to deal with some of that disparity and to build those communities.
Yes.
Backpack Friends has the same goal. We are both trying to build the community we want to live in. And it's exciting for us to work together and to partner together to see that happen.
Well, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for the work that you do. Thank you for the families that you touch. Thank you for the women that you touch, because when you feed these children, you're helping a family. And Saffron Trust, you know, we are always there for the women and want to make a difference in their lives. So it's a whole unity piece. So thank you so much for all the work you do. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.